Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to the Malaka podcast.
Raccoon. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something very weird and yet cool about the raccoon. I mean, maybe it's the way it looks, maybe it's the tail, maybe it's the fact that it looks like it's wearing a mask 24/7. But regardless, the raccoon is not an animal to be fucked with. Good old Wikipedia says the raccoon, sometimes spelled raccoon with one C, I guess, also known as the common raccoon, North American raccoon, northern raccoon, or coon, is a medium-sized mammal native to North America. The raccoon is the largest of the procyanid family, having a body length of 40 to 70 centimeters, 16 to 28 inches, and a body weight of 5 to 26 kilograms, 11 to 57 pounds. Its grayish coat mostly consists of dense underfur, which insulates it against cold weather. Three of the raccoon's most distinctive features are its extremely dexterous front paws, its facial mass, and its ringed tail, which are themes in the mythologies of the indigenous people of the Americas. Raccoons are noted for their intelligence, with studies showing that they are able to remember the solution to tasks for at least 3 years. They are usually nocturnal and omnivorous, eating about 40% invertebrates, 33% plants, and 27% vertebrates. The original habitats of the raccoon are indigenous and mixed forests, but due to their adaptability, they have extended their range to mountainous areas, coastal marshes, and urban areas, where some homeowners consider them to be pests. As a result of escapes and deliberate introductions in the mid 20th century, raccoons are now also distributed across much of mainland Europe, Caucasus, and Japan. Though previously thought to be generally solitary, there is now evidence that raccoons engage in gender specific social behavior. Related females often share a common area, while unrelated males live together in groups of up to 4 animals to maintain their positions against foreign males during the mating season and other potential invaders. Home range sizes vary anywhere from 3 hectares, 7.4 acres, for females in cities to 5,000 hectares, 12,000 acres, for males in prairies. After a gestation period of about 65 days, 2 or 5 young, known as kits, are born in spring. The kids are subsequently raised by their mother until dispersal in late fall. Although captive raccoons have been known to live over 20 years, their life expectancy in the wild is only 1.8 to 3.1 years. In many areas, hunting and vehicular injury are the two most common causes of death. So, what do we learn from this? From such a little animal who's just basically trying to protect itself from anything out there, whether it be other animals or the weather conditions, just anything, just trying to survive. I've always found raccoons to be just a very unique animal. Like I said before, I mean, they look like they're about to rob you. I mean, they got like the black eyes. I mean, like even people say, "Oh yeah, you got raccoon eyes." I once went on a date with a woman, and she said I had raccoon eyes. You know, because it looks like I've been punched a couple times, and I have. But yeah, I mean that's where basically the term comes from. You know, because these guys just look scary. You know, no offense, but it's just their whole attitude, whatever. So, but at the same time, I mean, these guys can climb trees really quick. You know, they're able to defend themselves against other bigger animals. For the most part, they travel in packs, have at least three and four, like I said before, and they're just not an animal to be fucked with. They're really not. You remember that scene in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle where the raccoon goes in the car and just attacks the shit out of Harold? Yeah, it was Harold. Sorry. And I always thought that was funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but again, it's just doing what it has to do, and it was fun. Guys, I'm not stupid. I know it wasn't a real raccoon. I'm just saying it was funny. That's all. You know, I mean, the odds of a raccoon actually going into a car and attacking a guy, you know, who just wants to work, you know, some shit out on his laptop is very rare, you know. And to attack him on his neck, and I mean, he could give him rabies, but then he ended up going to the hospital later on. He found out he, you know, yeah, I don't have rabies. So I always just thought that was funny. But yeah, again, you know, I don't know, they just, something about the animal just is just scary. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, you know, again, I got to go back to the eyes. I mean, they really just, I don't know, creep me out, man. You know, it's just so weird. But don't worry, unless you're going to White Castle, I don't think they'll bother you. Although that's not true. In The Great Outdoors, awesome movie with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, they just they didn't give a shit about going through people's garbage, and that's the biggest pain in the ass with raccoons and just, you know, the whole you know, humans versus raccoon thing. It's the garbage. I mean, guys, we don't care if you live at night. We don't care if, you know, you're just roaming around and, you know, just searching for food, or I don't know, looking for fights. I don't know, whatever you guys do at night, you know, but just leave our fucking garbage alone. Okay? You know? And then for some reason, you know, in the movie, like, they thought they were smart. You know, they put bricks on top of the garbage lids, you know, and even the two raccoons were just talking to each other, you know. The one guy's like, hey, you know, they put bricks on top of the garbage can. And then he's, you know, lifting his hand or paw, whatever, you know, and he's like, what do you think we use these for? To scratch your asses? So, you know, they're not stupid. They know what to do. Although they say that you should put some kind of oil or some cleaning oil around the garbage bins, because apparently they don't like that. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm sure it's not gonna stop them. You know, I think if they want your eggshells and your chicken bones, I still think they're gonna go for it. I don't think they give a shit. I don't think they came this far to quit now. So, you know, just, I don't know, put your garbage inside, leave it just on the street last minute if you can. That's the best advice I can give you. You know, I live in an apartment. I don't have to worry about that shit. But the point is, just you know, just be careful. You know, if they go after the garbage, just let them go. Who cares? And then you got to think of like other tough raccoons too. You know, like that one in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, played by Bradley Cooper. Rocket Raccoon. I'm trying to remember in the movie, like, did he fly at one point? I don't think he did. Also, I remember Bradley Cooper saying that, like, when he was recording the voices for the raccoon, you know, he made a mention. He said, well, since the raccoon is shorter and always, like, lifting his head up, shouldn't I lift my head up, like, as I'm recording? And the guys are like, look, man, we don't give a shit, just do it normal. It doesn't matter. But I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's the kind of actor he is. So I kind of respect that, because I would have never thought of that shit. So, you know, and yeah, those movies made a shitload of money. Yeah, go Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, I don't remember him riding a rocket, or I mean, he was in the spaceship. I guess is that a rocket? I don't know. Whatever. TV shows I remember with raccoons. Basically, the only one I could think of is The Raccoons. It was a Canadian-based show. It had a bunch of raccoons. One of them wore like a sweater with a big bee on it. I don't know what that represented. I'm not sure. Their enemies, for some reason, looked like pink versions of Gonzo from the Muppets. I don't know. They had these weird penis noses. I don't know what was going on. I don't remember. I don't know. I just remember the opening credits. It had a whole bunch of fireworks going on, and other than that, I mean, it wasn't anything special. I'll be honest. But I'm sure they were nice. I mean, they were Canadian raccoons, so I'm sure they were very friendly. And yeah. I mean, you know what? Probably a lot of people are wondering right now, like, why would I pick raccoons to talk about on a podcast? Sometimes you just got to pick a subject where it doesn't mean much. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't know much about raccoons. I just always thought they were a cool animal. So I just wanted to get that out there, and yeah, I always thought that was pretty cool. Certain animals, I mean, they're just so small. I mean, you really wonder. I mean, like with the whole raccoon thing, it's just more of an intimidation thing. Because even raccoons, I mean, they say raccoon paws are very similar to humans. And they are. They're basically like little hands. They got the 4 fingers there. They got a thumb. It's not like the Simpsons where they're missing a finger or nothing. But yeah, and raccoons are very outspoken. They're very vocal. I mean, they will let you know when they're around. They like to talk shit as well. As you can see from what I said about the great outdoors. When they want to be heard, they'll be heard. And they're also very clean animals, I'm told. I mean, if you look at a raccoon, honestly, like it never really does look dirty. It basically, like every time you see it, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a combination of like the white and black and maybe a little bit of gray in there, but yeah, they're very clean animals. Despite eating garbage, they it's yeah, they're squeaky clean. Very clean cut. I've even heard things where they literally put their food in water sometimes. Yeah, no bullshit. I actually, I did look this up, but they don't like tomatoes, so there's no raccoons that are Italians. So for some reason, they do not like tomatoes. I always thought that was a skunk thing, and maybe that is a skunk thing too, but they do not like tomatoes for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. So, but they'll eat pretty much everything else, berries and corn and like even rodents and insects and frogs. I mean, they really just don't give a shit. And obviously, they survive longer if they were in captivity than they would in the wild. I'm pretty sure that goes for pretty much anything in this world. But then again, you nurture something, I'm sure it's going to last that much longer. So, and a fun fact too, they're actually named for their unique hands. Because it's the English word raccoon comes from the Powhatan word rufkan, which means animal that scratches with its hands. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's amazing. I mean, you look at a raccoon and like, it's one of those animals that like literally it could look absolutely adorable, and then all of a sudden, like when they just say something, they open their mouths, and they just screech at you, or whatever, and they just scare the shit out of you. I don't know if you guys ever saw that commercial. I think it's for like I don't know, some kind of casino where the woman is just by herself in her home. Um, I was wondering about that commercial too. I mean, like it starts off with her on the couch. She's just chilling by herself, like pretty much in the dark, and like her phone goes off, and her phone like literally vibrates so much that it lands in the vent. You know, which again, I don't know. The whole setup is wrong, I think. But anyways, and then she actually goes down into the basement. She looks in the vent, to see her phone, and then she realizes that there's a raccoon there. Obviously not real. I mean, maybe it is. Who knows? Save money, and she's just face to face with a raccoon, and that would scare the shit out of me. So yeah, raccoons can get into the littlest places. I remember one time I was making a deal online, for, just buy something online. Went all the way to Mississauga because, I have no life. And I was just waiting for this person for a bit. It looked like townhouses, whatever. And this raccoon just started from the ground and it climbed the wall in like maybe 30 seconds. It climbed it like Spider-Man. Like it was really amazing because like at certain points it would actually stop and look at me, and it's almost like saying, nah, you can't do this shit. And he would go up a little bit and then he would look at me again, just to kind of like rub it in my face, like I'm still going. And he would keep going up, and then finally he reached the top, and he looked at me, again, go fuck yourself. And he went in one of the eaves troughs, whatever, and it was quite insane because the best way I could describe it is if you ever see the first Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, and when they showed him, like digitally going into the chimney, like literally, like they just sucked him in this little hole, and I swear to you, that's exactly what it looked like. He got his little furry ass body like right in there, like right in an eaves trough, and he was like literally like at least 4 times the size of it. I was just blown away. I mean, the guy, who knows, maybe suffocated in there. Who the fuck knows? Maybe he's done this before. I don't know. Maybe he's cheating on his other raccoon wife, and he's just setting up the other girl in the drain for now until the divorce gets through. I don't know, but it was just quite amazing watching this. It really was. Yeah. So these animals, again, like I said, are not to be fucked with. I mean, they are just phenomenal. I mean, they really are. I'm just blown away by this shit. I mean, picture trying to get a condom on a watermelon. I'm just saying, it was quite amazing. But I digress. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys another story, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to do a podcast on raccoons. I was basically cock blocked by a raccoon once. Let me explain. Allow me to retort. So basically, I was going out with this really beautiful blonde woman. She was very nice, very sweet. We had a good time. Things were going good. She came over one night, and she liked to have a cigarette every hour. Everyone's got their habits. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm not a big smoker. Nowadays, I just smoke when I drink. Stick to my Belmonts. Because I'm Greek. And yeah, she went outside. And I got one entrance you can go in the front, one entrance you can go in the back. She goes in the back. It's where the garbage area is, whatever. And she comes back in, and she tells me there's a raccoon out there. I'm like, well, yeah, it's called outside and it's nighttime. Yeah, of course there's gonna be raccoons out there. She's like, no, you don't get it. I saw a raccoon out there and he was on top of the garbage and he climbed in the garbage and now he's stuck in the garbage can. Now, it wasn't one of these like normal metal garbage cans, that Homer Simpson used in his chiropractic practice there. You just stretch it out there. And no, it was not. It was one of those, big ass blue bins. And yeah, I really never even thought of that. I mean, I guess, if a raccoon really wants garbage, I mean, yeah, you can go in there, but then how the fuck is he going to get out of there? Especially with the lids down, right? You're basically screwed. So, but at the same time, I did remember Harold and Kumar, and there's no fucking way I'm gonna face that raccoon by myself. So I said, it's okay, don't worry, I'm gonna call animal control, and they will be here. That's their job. I've done it before. It's okay. They will help out the raccoon. She's like, yeah, but you gotta help him now. I mean, he could be going nuts in there. I'm like, listen, it's not like the woman that was in the well in Silence of the Lambs. Okay, we're not gonna rub the lotion on its skin. I'm sure the raccoon will be fine. Okay, and she's just got this big worried look on her face. Like her kid, got trapped in there. I'm like, it'll be fine. Don't worry. Call him, because, I'm thinking like rabies. I'm thinking that this shit could just, attack you, whatever. So, of course, she's got a really worried face, and she's looking at me like, I don't know, like, I want the animal to be tortured. I'm like, yeah, of course I want the animal to be tortured. That's why I'm calling the number here. I mean, come on now, that's not very nice. But I told her, I said, look, we can't do this on our own. We don't know what this animal has. We don't know, there could be more than one animal in there. We don't know. Maybe he jumped in there to save someone else, and now he's screwed or she's screwed, whatever. Like, we don't know. So she's like, I have to help him. I'm like, okay, listen, if you go out there, okay, I'm not joining you. Okay, I refuse to be a part of this. Okay, this raccoon could know kung fu. Like, we don't know. We really don't know what to expect. Okay, so she's like, yeah, I gotta go out there. I mean, do you have like a stick or something? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I got tons of stick. Just check next. Of course they're next to the guns and the nunchucks. I'm like, I don't have a fucking stick. I mean, what am I, Paul Bunyan? Just. And again, she's getting mad at me because I'm making jokes, but I'm just like, listen, don't worry, animal control will come here, don't worry. So I called them, they said they're on their way, it's all good. Yeah, but I can't wait. I'm like, listen, I mean, if you want to go out there, go ahead, do what you got to do. So, I'm just inside, I'm enjoying my pizza, and she's out there, and just doing her thing, I guess, and she's out there for like, I don't know, like maybe a couple minutes or something like that. She comes back in, she's all like shaken up, and all that shit. I'm like, okay, like what happened? And she's like, yeah, I tried to tip it over and I couldn't tip it over. And, the raccoon almost lunged at me and almost hit me and scratched me. I'm like, what did I say? What did I say? You don't know. This animal does not know you, okay? You are not Dr. Doolittle. Just it's protecting itself. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So, and then of course, she was all pissed off, whatever, because I didn't, help her, get rabies. And, it pretty much destroyed the relationship because I did not see her after that night, so all I'm trying to say is, from now on, if any raccoons actually listen to this podcast, from now on, can you guys not try to, go into any garbages and, just, know your strengths. Know if you jump into something, you're gonna have to jump out of it. It's like when a cat climbs a tree, and then the cat can't come down, and it's looking down, it's gripping, like nobody's business, and it's like, oh shit, what did I do? So again, and don't, I shouldn't say don't help the raccoon, but common sense, guys. Again, you don't know what else is in there. You got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just protect yourself, and you'll be okay. But yeah, that raccoon, cost me some shit. The point is just be careful out there. You don't know what raccoons are made of. And I'm gonna tell you guys another story. It didn't cost me anything, but it almost cost me my life. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could have. I don't know. Just let me explain. So, still living at home at the time, just about to go to bed, coming out of the basement, because when it gets to a certain point when you live in your parents' house, you basically just migrate to the basement, because they don't want to, see you every day and know, okay, this kid will probably, eventually move out, but until then, just stay in the basement. So, go upstairs, pass by the kitchen, and at the time, we had a cat named Max. He's passed on, rest in peace, Max. We miss you, buddy. And he's, right at the side door, and he's just staring daggers just outside the door, and he's like looking at something, and I'm like, I don't know, like what the fuck are you looking at? Like, well, so it's like 1 a.m. You should be passed out in front of the vent. Just relax. What's going on here? So I look outside the door, and I see one of the raccoons. He's in like the big pot there. He's just attacking my dad's beautiful flowers. Possibly they were geraniums. I don't know. Who knows? My dad once won a game of Scrabble because he spelled geraniums. He got 50 points. I think it's the 1 out of 50 games he beat my mom at. So, but anyways, so I go out there. I'm like, I look at my cat Max. I'm like, I got this. So I go outside, make sure he doesn't go outside, because I don't want him getting hurt. Close the door behind me. So we're basically standing off against each other, okay? Basically head to head. So, remember when I said before that raccoons like to travel in packs? This is actual proof. Now, I swear to you, this actually happened in real life. For when I say from now on about this story, it did actually happen. This is not a cartoon. This actually did happen. I will take a lie detector if I have to in the future. Now, like I said, little deck, it's not that big. It's maybe, I don't know, let's say 12 by 12, something like that, whatever. So, we're both at one corner, we're both looking at each other, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm talking to him like he's going to fucking respond. I'm like, dude, just get out of here. Come on, please. You don't pay rent. You got to go. Neither do I, but I've earned it. But anyway, yeah, you got to go. So we're starting off against each other, one-on-one. Then all of a sudden, on his left side, 2 other raccoons show up. Then on his right side, 2 other raccoons pop out of nowhere like they're fucking ninjas. So I'm on this deck, 12 by 12 feet. I got 5 raccoons. They're all like right in front of me, okay? And like I said, there's 2 on one side, 2 on the other, 1 right in the middle, okay? They're all looking at me like, what you gonna do, buddy? And I'm looking at them. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Okay, so we're all kind of, looking at each other. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. The one in the middle takes 1 step forward. Like I said, the other 2, one side, other 2, other side, they don't budge. Clearly, the one in the middle that I've been staring off at, that was eating those delicious flowers, was the leader. So then I look at him after he takes that step. I go, hey, watch it. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Still frozen, still looking at me. The one in the middle again takes another step. I said, listen, I'm tired. I got to take a piss. I don't got time for this. Again, the two on the left, don't move. The two on the right, don't move. Still, all of them staring at me. The one in the middle takes another step forward. And I'm like, these fuckers could literally lunge at me any fucking second. Even before that, I said, don't make another move. Don't do it. But in my head, I'm thinking, I'm fucked. 5 against 1, I am completely screwed. He took that next step. I said, fuck this. I went inside, closed the door. That's it. I'm pretty sure I never saw those raccoons again. But that's how scary these guys are. These guys are soldiers. I mean, I like to this day, I still think of that situation, and I just couldn't believe that, like, like I said, two on the left, two on the right, they just didn't budge. They just looked at me. They were just waiting for that one guy in the middle just to give the signal, like, let's beat the shit out of this fat fuck, and, let's be done with it. It's crazy. I mean, it really is. And like I said, I would not have believed it if I wasn't there. I just told the story. I haven't told the story in years, and I still don't believe it. So all I'm saying is, with raccoons, they look cute. They look adorable. They got almost the same hands as us, but they're dangerous. But at the same time, it's like any other animal, A lot of animals are just misunderstood, That's not to say you should have a raccoon as a pet or nothing, but at the same time, just let it be. And just because they have, dark eyes, that doesn't mean they have dark souls. Even that day, they were just protecting their leader. He took charge like a leader. I mean, it was incredible just being a part of that, And I really hope that my pet Max really appreciated what I did for him that day, But yeah, it was quite amazing seeing that. And some animals are just really cool, I mean, you think of a lion, the size of him and how much ass he can kick, and how powerful a moose can be. And, if he's got his buddy Bullwinkle with him, and, just it's crazy. I mean, but just because you see, a smaller animal, you should not underestimate it. And after that incident I just told you, I will never, ever underestimate a raccoon.